All right, Speedromizer community, the moment you've been waiting for is here. We have the Legacy of Kain, Defiance, being run by the one, the legendary KaiiRunz. Take it away.
How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be doing Legacy of Kain Defiance. Interesting game. There's a few hard tricks in here that we'll be doing. It's really fast-paced though, so blink and you'll miss it.
This game is a conceptual masterpiece, as some would say. But hey, it wasn't always like that. The early way we used to play this game was a little bit different, but hey, it's not about the past we came to talk about today, and not about some of the things that might have happened to this game or whatnot. It's about the runner and the run he is about to do. My name is Mecha. You might know me, you might not know me, but I promise you that this game is pretty good. And you should play it yourself. Not even this game, but the other games in the Legacy of Kain series.
And
this one's pretty... yes. This one's pretty short, and my runner is so good. He found a certain amount of consistency, yes. Consistency strategies. And he's about to show you how it's done properly. He's also a pretty good Luigi's Mansion runner.
Yeah, I do normally run Luigi's Mansion, so I'm not used to playing on a keyboard at all. So this is completely new to me. But this should be interesting. So I believe we're good to start, right? Whenever. So I guess I'll go ahead and begin. Time starts on as the instant I begin moving after the load. I don't know who's messing with the timer, but alright, here we go. So right away, we're going to be jumping a lot. That is faster than just walking normally. So I'm going to be jumping everywhere that I can. It is a little faster to swing your sword when you jump, but it can make you lock onto enemies, so I just settle for jumping normally. Right away we're gonna just... Taking me a couple tries here, actually. There we go.
Good. What you just witnessed is called look walk. Look walk is one of the basic techniques you can perform in a run. On 60 FPS, nice skip. On 60 FPS there is a certain direction you can take, a certain amount of inputs you can do to make yourself clip into a semi-trance, into a semi-not so long walls. Not long as in the width, but just the walls. Walls do not exist in this game. Recognizing that, the game takes all it can do to make sure that you can penetrate every wall with the look walk. And you might be wondering, why are we playing a different character? Well, you see, this game is actually the last game in this series, and in the last game of the series you're supposed to play two characters. The first character, Kain, is a main character of the story, but the second character, Raziel, is, let's say, is one of his lieutenants that was doomed to... I won't spoil the rest of the game. He was doomed to do a few amount of things, not so fun things. He wasn't able to clip into the walls, but hey, even he can do that. Why? I don't know. But hey, anyway, right now we're in the netherworld. We're technically dead, but because Raziel cannot die, because reasons, we are currently sucking the souls of the dead to make sure that we understand the basics of the game. Just as we skipped the entirety of the tutorial with Kain by using Look Walk, we are using just some basic stuff to get past the tutorial section of Raziel. Right now, my beautiful runner is trying to do one of the hardest skips in the game, called Slog Skip. The skip is extremely precise because you'll have to land on the jagged edge of the ledge, and of that little edge, he has to jump very precisely. I won't say it's frame perfect because it's definitely not, but it's pretty precise. And if he will manage to do that, he will able to skip a fight that would close the door, which is why he went into the window and touched the end level trigger from the behind, which then allows him to get into the escape sequence. Off the bat, we're skipping a certain trigger inside the section, which allows the runner to grab the ledge on his left, because reasons, very technical reasons, they're boring to listen to, so I'm going to skip them. And now what you're about to see is yet another skip. Technically there is a lot of platforming that is going on here, but instead of doing all the burning platform...
I've never missed that before. That's okay.
Well,
we're able to grab that, so we're all good.
Yeah, as you can see, some of the triggers the runner can touch and can be skipped, but even those triggers have certain limitations. With that being said, we are out of the underworld now, but we are still a spirit. Because we are a spirit, we don't have a physical body, and what we are trying to do now is to utilize games mechanics, specifically the second version of the step walk that I've talked about earlier is Look Walk. The difference is step walk takes you a step further ahead, so step walk, while the alternative version of it, called Look Walk, takes you all the kinds of length, however and whatever you want. The main idea is to make sure that your camera will not change by touching certain triggers, which is not that big of a problem in the world, because the way we do this is by buffering an input into a camera change, first-person camera change, which then triggers the change of the perspective, which is the main reason why we are trying to touch this weird tree. The reason we are touching this tree is that at a very specific angle, which is a little bit hard to do on a keyboard, probably a little bit easier on a gamepad, but I haven't tested myself, so you can get stuck. And because of the way, nice first try. Because of the way some of the calculations are being done, you can essentially get stuck inside that tree, and that tree will push you higher and higher every frame. The game usually runs at 60 FPS per second, while initially it's uncapped. So before we even start the run, we are capping our FPS to 60, which allows us to do all the funky stuff in the game. And because of that little skip we've just done, we are now essentially sequence breaking the entirety of the game. This place is called Lightforge, and the only way to access Lightforge is by getting Dark River first. But because we are able to skip the Dark River first, we can go into the Lightforge first, which then will allow us to get Light River. To proceed through the game, to switch the characters, and to see the rest of the story, we'll have to get both rivers. So getting a Light River is just a little bit faster. Like 5 minutes faster, maybe a little bit more, doesn't really matter. Skips in this game save a lot of time.
Now, this is one of the things that, I don't know if it was found before, but I figured this one out solo, is I can just do that. Now before, you would actually climb up the side of that portal we came through, and what you'll see that in the Dark Forge, where we'll jump up over the portal, but you did that here before too. But for me at least, it was way quicker and way more consistent to do that once I found it. It might be documented somewhere, but I don't know if anyone even knew about that. I just did some experimenting and found it, so.
Light, and now my way was clear. I would seek out Ariel at the pillars.
So now we've got
See if she could
the light sword, so now we need to get out of here. So we're gonna use our favorite technique again. We're just gonna do another look walk and slide right through the door. Go. We're gonna miss the ladder too.
It's fine. So yeah, most of you might have figured out right now that besides just keeping a lot of segments related to the puzzle sections that are good, that's the best word I can probably pick, you might also see how much fights and how much combat we are skipping. Every Forge segment is accompanied with a series of fights, sometimes even a little mini fights, mini bosses and all that. Ooh, a first try as well, good.
Oh, that's guaranteed first try, that setup.
Yeah, but the viewers don't know that.
Yeah, that's true. So,
cemetery.
again, that's another one too, where before,
Send me my way.
it kind of was just something you threw your head at, and by doing some inputs differently, you can actually just, it might not be as fast if you get it first try trying to go for the random one, but doing it that way, you're guaranteed to get through the first time, which of course is valuable. That's very valuable in any speed game, is guaranteeing a first try.
Yeah, something called consistency. I'm all about consistency. Which is why we're going to do the next segment, which is called the Dark Forge. So in this specific location, the way it's structured is that it has a big, really big location, a hub, so to say, that's located at the center. And from that little center, you can access like 4 different locations. So we are doing Dark Forge segment next. For the Dark Forge compared to the Light Forge segment, we are doing something completely different. So what we're going to do is that we're going to break our camera a little bit by doing a technique called spectral push. You see in this game...
Oh, I did it the wrong time, I think.
You misaligned.
I did. Where is the nearest?
At the top. At the top. Climb to the top. Climb to the top, warp back.
Oh, I see that. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, I was just slightly off, so we're gonna have to redo that. It's no big deal, though.
The reason why the runner did a little mistake here is because Spectral Push moves your character a little bit ahead, and just a little bit further ahead of this little ledge there is a trigger that switches the perspective in the camera, and if you hit that trigger, you're not allowed to switch the camera anyhow.
Wow.
Anyway. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, that is pretty unlucky. Again, it's still good. We just gotta try again.
This will take a little bit of attempts. It's not that big of a deal. Sure, you're losing some time over trying to get this done correctly, but compared to some of the things you do in this run, it's negligible. I guess that's the best word I can say. There we go.
So
and thus we end up inside the Dark Forge. If we would play this game from the casual standpoint, we would have to do a lot of extra moves, but we don't have to do it in this scenario. So here you are witnessing one of the rare combat segments in the game. Combat in this game has some of the semblance to the Devil May Cry series, where you have some combos. You can launch the enemies in the air, you can juggle enemies in the air, you can do a lot of things related to the combat. but we don't use this. This is like Devil May Cry is boring. What's not boring is Legacy of Kain Defiance. Play this game. We will be cancelling our first attack with our telekinesis attack, which then can be cancelled with another attack. And this is how we're going to do a lot of damage per second. But hey, this is Dark Forge. You know what people do in the Dark Forge? They do consistency. Look at this consistency. Consistency in clipping is... Well, it's...
Oh.
Oh, close. What the runner is trying to do is that he's trying to prove that the walls don't exist. You see, many people think that walls and boundaries in some way or capacity exist, but Raziel is trying to prove us that this is not the case. And this is how we get warped up into the air, and this is how we glide up into the air, and this is how we fall down and skip the entirety of the Dark Forge. But hey, there is more!
Yeah, that's right.
Because we haven't touched any single checkpoint in this area, the game has no idea if it should put us at the start of this section, at the end, or at the middle. So technically the last place we've been at is before the portal. So what we're going to do is that we're going to save the game, quit the game, and then reload that save we just did. Which saves our progress throughout the run, including getting the Dark River, while also getting us out of the place. Holy moly, what a time save.
So now we're going to go use both of those Reavers to unlock another door that will allow us to progress further. Normally, you're supposed to do the Dark Forge first if you were playing casually, but
there are
of course we are
a lot
not
of
doing
things.
that.
Yeah, there are a lot of things you're supposed to do when you're playing casually, but this is why you are playing casually. You don't watch the guides. Watching guides is boring.
One thing that it can definitely act a little weird is the camera. So like right there, sometimes when you jump down there, it'll zoom right in on you. Sometimes you've got to run away and then it'll chase after you. Camera can act a little weird sometimes.
At last.
With that said, this Raziel segment is over. How about we get some fun as Kain? This is one of the hardest segments in the entire run. There are a lot of things that can go and will go wrong. So first of all, we have to clip inside this door, and the only way we can clip inside is by making sure the enemies won't hit us. So here, my runner is doing a little bit of setups right now, and he's trying to skip a checkpoint. I'm not sure if you did that, so I'm gonna assume you did not skip a checkpoint, which is why you did a backup strat. There are two strategies we can take. The first one, is Death Warp, and the second one is a consistency-based strat. So here we are touching the Emblem of Balance, which we need, and oh, you skipped it. Good.
I'm just gonna. I've not actually practiced getting it, so I'm just gonna do this, and we're gonna go through.
Okay. So essentially, if you skip the trigger, you can die to a water basin nearby. Just jump on it.
Right.
This will warp you back and do this stuff. Yeah.
This upcoming part is a certified run moment. It's one of those moments you'd call, it can go very wrong very fast. So we're gonna try to climb up here. There's like 10 people at the top of this balcony. You can see they just shot at me. There was like 4 arrows that just hit me. So we're gonna climb up really quick, and we're gonna have to bait them into shooting at us so that they're reloading. So let's wait a second. So now they're ready. Oh, and then I fell. So we're gonna have to redo that. This game is definitely meant for controller, it feels like. Alright, so we're gonna wait a second again, it's all good. There we go. So now we're gonna jump at the last second, because if we ledge grab there, we will get hit with an arrow and knocked back down. So we have to purposely delay our jump till the last second. And now we've got to do another book walk here to get through that. There we go. And this part has always given me a little challenge, but and it worked.
Go. First try.
Beautifully. That's
It's
a
a little bit
30-second goal too. That's actually hilarious.
It's a little bit hard to explain what's exactly happening here because there's a lot of things that happen at the same time. So realistically speaking, from the routing standpoint, you are not supposed to cross the barrier until after you do a few things inside the area. And the same thing applies here. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to clip inside the walls, Raziel. What are you doing? Go back. Go back. You're breaking the game.
Once again.
You don't respect the story. What are you doing? Man.
This now coming up, this might be my favorite trick to be honest, because it's just funny. So we need to get up over this ridge that's really high. It's just out of the corner of the screen. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna open our mouths. And we're gonna walk around like this. Now, wow, I'm floating. What's happening? So for whatever reason, we can just gain height. If I continue to hold these buttons, so we're just gonna gain height, and we'll just be able to cross right over this ridge, using the top of the tree as a cue.
Look at this man. He's breaking the barriers, the boundaries of mind right now. Holy! What a big breaker, Mario. Louis just mentioned, yes. Anyway, what we've just done is that we skipped like a gajillion hours long segment by doing something called moonwalking. It's literally a moonwalk, quite literally. And we are currently at the very last section of the game. A lot of people might consider this as not the end of the game, but I tend to disagree. This is a common crash point. You didn't got a crash, lucky.
I didn't even know that there was a crash there. Interesting, but alright.
Now you know. Alright, first try!
This
That one can be pretty hard. It's the same as the first trick, but it's way tighter. It's way harder to get that one.
Yeah, because you have to get the initial momentum done correctly, otherwise you'll have a lot of issues. And let's do one more step walk or look walk. Look walk it is. Okay, good. And we are officially at the last segment of the game. You're not supposed to go through here, but we can clip inside the stone that we're supposed to break eventually. So we are now climbing to the final boss of the game, the Elder God. The one who's been manipulating the events of this game for how God knows more. Oh my. And we are going to witness the infamous 2-cycle.
Well, if that happens, that'd be a miracle.
A miracle. Well, first you have to die.
Yeah.
We are not supposed to be here, so the game gladly gives us everything we've asked about. A purified soul river, and the actual final boss. The mechanics of this boss fight are pretty easy. We are waiting until tentacles do 2 to 4 attacks. Then we're going to slam them down with a lift attack, and then we're going to do something called Oli Cycle. A lot of things considered, the early version of the cycle was rather bad. And when I came to this game, like a lot of years ago, I figured out that I can do a better cycle. So what I figured out is that we can cancel all of the attacks with a Soul Suck. And then we can cancel the Soul Suck attacks, which for some reason duplicate the normal combo attacks. with the telekinesis. So instead of the combo looking like attack telekinesis, the normal way, they would look like attack telekinesis, soul suck telekinesis. So the attack now is looking good. Well, the combo will look as a 3-hit or more. Every hit in this game deals 100 damage, the final hit of the combo deals 200 damage, and every telekinesis deals 50. If you cancel all of the attacks with the telekinesis in our melee combo, we would get an extra 150 damage. But if you do the same for the oldie cycle attacks, you'll get a 300 bonus, which is the double of it. And you'll also get a double amount of the attacks for the combos themselves, which would mean that the cycle would be very fast in you. And GG, that's over.
Nice. That was a good run. So the timer does run without loads. So that was a 22:37. But in real time it was a 23:13 there, it looks like. So yeah, that's the game. Real quick to mention there, the reason I was looking away from the boss when it was in its invincible phase is because for whatever reason he can't hit you if you're not looking at him. So I guess he's a little shy. He'll attack you if you're looking at him. So but yeah, that's the game.
Good.
Yeah, super solid run and amazing commentary.
The usual.
That almost was bad at the end there. That almost wasn't a 3 cycle, but I was able to get it. So glad I could showcase this. It was really fun learning it. I might try to go for a sub 20. We'll see.
The sub 20 is free. Sub 20 is free. Learning the game is free. I believe we have some of the resources publicly available. For some other nodes, you can probably reach the people that are in the Discord or whatever. I've used my own notes to teach this man this beautiful run, and my notes are somewhat easy to find.
Yeah, there was an entire tutorial ready for me thanks to Mega, so I appreciate it. It actually helped a lot because I could go back and reference it, and it was updated too because the one that you know, some of the stuff was outdated because I mean some new things had probably been found. So
the older stuff has a lot of value though, because some of the older tutorials mention a lot of things and strategies that might not be used in the current version of the route. Still good for doing some of this stuff.
Makes sense.
I won't say what exactly you've used from the older stuff, but I do recognize some of the strategies. Yes, it's pretty important, I guess. So yes. I hope you'll watch some of the Luigi's Mansion runs by this man. He's been playing a lot of this game lately-ish. So if you like Luigi's Mansion, watch this man. If you want to convince this man to play some good stuff like Legacy of Kain Defiance, do so.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep, that works. So yep, thanks for watching. I appreciate the opportunity to showcase a game. So thank you.
And we'll be right back with our finale run of day 5, which is unpacking. Don't go anywhere.